Hello and welcome to McClendon Studios, Random Thoughts and Observations. I'm your host, David E. McClendon Sr. And today I'm going to tell you about one of the EMT stories. This one happened right after I became an EMT. Back in Ivor, South Carolina, I was with the Ivor Rescue Squad, which is Rescue 6 there in Ivor, South Carolina. The Ivor, South Carolina Rescue Squad won all sorts of awards in what's called SCARs, the South Carolina Area Rescue Squads, especially for extrication. They were very good at what they did, and they were the best in the state for a long time. I don't know how they are today. It's been many, many years since I've had to deal with the Ivor Rescue Squad, but I bet they're still great. Anyway, I was sitting in the backyard cleaning out my mother's car and getting it ready, vacuuming it out, and I had my monitor with me, and I heard the Ivor tones go off, and that meant that we had a rescue to go to. Well, I hopped in my car, like my mother's car, hopped in my car, went over to the rescue squad hut, pulled the ambulance out of the hut because, see, at that point in time, I lived right there at the hut. I could almost walk to the hut and be there quicker than anybody else. But I drove because if I didn't drive, I'd probably get run over by people crossing the road in their cars as I crossed the road because they wouldn't look. Anyway, so I drove to the rescue squad hut, got the ambulance pulled out, went ahead and got in the back where the EMT should be, and as it turned out, a more senior EMT showed up. And so off we went. We had a driver that was an EMT, a senior EMT, and me that had just got my EMT license, and we went to, of all places, Snuffy's Pool Hall, which was right across the street from my father's store, the Western Auto Store. Well, when we pulled up, my father was standing there in the parking lot looking, watching, and as I got out of the back of the ambulance with the jump kit in my hand, he started pointing at the ground. I'm like, what? And I couldn't understand what he was saying, but what he was really telling me was get over there. Well, I didn't know this. I didn't understand what he was saying, so I went ahead with the jump kit, went on into the bar, and there was a bunch of people standing around and a guy with a pool cue going through his head. I don't remember exactly which direction it went, but it had gone from the top to the bottom or the bottom to the top. I don't remember exactly which one, but it had gone all the way through his head. What had happened was this gentleman and another one had gotten into a fight, and the other gentleman had gotten mad and just shoved the pool cue through the guy's head. Well, lo and behold, the guy that got pool cued sons showed up, and there was shooting on both sides. There's all kind of shooting going on, and that had taken place before we got there. Well, we got there, and there was the guy with the pool cue, and I got there helping the senior EMT, and we were stabilizing the pool cue because we couldn't very well just carry him with a pool cue in his head. So we got it stabilized so that it wouldn't wiggle around. We didn't take it out, and we couldn't very well cut it out, but we could unscrew the ends to make it a little bit shorter. And I looked up, and there was my father standing with his .357 Magnum in his hand. He had come to protect me. Anyway, so he's standing around, he's watching everywhere, and the sheriff's deputy showed up after we've gotten the guy on the stretcher, and after all the other excitement had taken place, which was about par for the course for the sheriff's deputies back then. They'd come to write up the reports. They wouldn't come to actually stop any crime. Anyway, so we got the gentleman onto the hospital, and he subsequently died. But I found out how much my father really loved me because he went in there to protect me at putting his life in peril. And that's the story of the pool cue to the head. Now, that was a very short story, but let us know if you have any questions or comments. Please drop the comments into the comment box, either down below on the blog post, if you're seeing this through the blog post, or in the page for the video, if you're seeing it on YouTube. Or drop us an email to gindysvideos@gmail.com. That's GINDYSVIDEOS@gmail.com. And I thank you very much.
This is a Federal Trade Commission required notice. When you click on an advertisement that is displayed with this video, or just before it, we receive a small commission. Sometimes, if you merely watch an ad, we receive commission. If you purchase anything by clicking on links on any of our websites, we receive a commission as well.
McClendon Studios is a participant in the Amazon Services LLC Associates Program, an affiliate advertising program designed to provide a means for sites to earn advertising fees by advertising and linking to Amazon.